Video games being blamed yet again for the shootings in the States.
I saw.
You saw that?
I saw.
It's hard not to, because everyone on the internet was talking about it,
including the president.
Yeah, well, that's why everyone was talking about it. Because at first it was like a representative in the southern state somewhere. I can't remember his name, and he was mentioning it, and it's not that it's new. Like, we hear it almost every time. Well, to be fair, in the last couple we didn't hear it.
We didn't hear it.
We didn't hear it.
Yeah,
it was more of a mental health thing.
Yeah, but those. But I think the last couple, I think there was some more radical type shit behind it, so they had a different motive that they could jump on.
This is radical. It's just the guy with
a different type of radical.
He's white.
I guess it's radical.
We usually find different reasons.
Yes.
Than radical.
Well, the default is video games.
Yes.
I mean, that's the easy. It's
the
easy
target. It's the all those kids playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
They're getting sassy.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're trying to mimic it, and now we're getting the guns, and they're going out there trying to get 360 no-scope kills in real life. So 2 shootings happened in the span of like a week or some shit.
It was bad.
And the second one was like the one that really caught everyone's attention, because it was like in a Walmart in El Paso, I think it was.
Yep. And
it was a guy with, like, in his manifesto was just like, I'm going to try and kill as many Mexicans as humanly possible. And so he went to a Walmart in El Paso with a semi-automatic. I think it was. Was it an AR-15? I can't remember now.
I don't know. I didn't even read up, and it's just depressing.
Gun in and just fucking laid out a bunch of people. And I want to say he specifically talked about Trump and Trump's views on that in his manifesto. And so as far as the video game causing, people to go out and do this, like, I get to keep it on that topic.
Yeah, fuck the other stuff, but the video game stuff, yeah.
Is that at the end of the day, video games are in almost every country in the world at this point. And there are countries outside of the U.S. in which video games are a much bigger part of the culture than they are in the U.S. And they don't have this problem at all. They have more people in a smaller space with more video game culture and don't have this problem. Other places in the world have mental health issues, don't have this problem. Pretty much every talking point that has been presented, video games included, it's not like it exists in a vacuum in the United States of fucking America. And then you can just, place it into any one of those, like slot it in any one of those and say, okay, well, America is unique. As much as people want to think America's unique, it's not fucking unique. The only unique part of it, if there was anything, would be the gun culture in America versus every other country in the world. And that's the differentiating factor.
Yes.
Because every other one of those metrics exists in those other places, and it doesn't push the needle of gun deaths any further. The state still outweighs them heavily by no small margin. And so it's silly, it's old, it's tired, it's been disproven by reputable institutions in the U.S. and outside of the U.S. in terms of video games having any correlation to an increase or involvement in gun-related violence, whether it results in death or otherwise. Zero. So there's no correlation, there's no causation, there's no anything there. It's statistically, it would be an anomaly at that point. At the end of the day, the struggles seem to stem from, because again, it's like the if you're picking out like the pieces of information that differ between all these modern countries anywhere in the world is the number of guns, the percentage of the people in the population that control those those guns, and then the culture around guns are like the three,
of course,
pillars there in terms of the differentiation between the U.S.
Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist
and like
to figure
Korea, Japan, Canada,
any of them,
anywhere in the almost any European country,
anywhere.
So, I mean, like I can't 100% remember the statistics, but for one, there's either almost as many guns or more guns in the U.S. than there are people, and there are the percentage of the population that owns those guns or has possession of said guns is like the vast minority. So there's a small subsection of the population that control or own or have possession of the vast majority of the weapons. And then we know what gun culture is in the States versus pretty much anywhere else in the world. You could look at it similarly here in Canada, where we have probably the closest facsimile in terms of cultures between Canada and the States, plus the ability to get a gun. But we have obviously more regulation than the States.
Oh, and
does.
our culture's different too, right? So the
and the culture
mindset
around
behind guns
is totally different.
Yeah, you go and ask a regular Canadian about guns. Most of them have never held one or shot one in their lives, or even
that's in the States
scared,
too, though,
or even scared of a gun.
Because, like I said, the vast minority in the States are the ones that have all the guns. So, like, if you talk to most Americans, they've never held a gun, fired one. Been in the area of a gun being fired, anything like that. And that's just it. But yet, we see this massive, a disproportionate number of gun violent events in the U.S. versus anywhere else in the fucking modern world, and it's a shame because it's gotten to the point. There's a video. It's gotten to the point now where. It was in New York somewhere or something like that. Times Square. And then a motorbike backfired.
Yeah, everybody ran.
And everyone scattered.
Real story. So 2 weeks ago, it might have been 3 weeks now, but I think it was 2 weeks ago, my dad went to New York, and he went to the Jennifer Lopez concert with his wife. And at the Jennifer Lopez concert, 3 songs in, the power in Madison Square Garden went down.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, that fucking place, my dad said,
was
anarchy. Fucking. He said one of the scariest things he's ever been part of in his life.
That many people, you get some mob mentality shit immediately when something like that happens.
And bro, he said the place fucking scattered. People were trampling on each other. It was because in the back of their minds,
they're vulnerable.
They're exactly right.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. And then we saw it again at Times Square when a motorcycle backfired. So, I saw a post there. Somebody said something about things are fucked up when your whole country has PTSD. You know what I mean?
And that's what that tweet was. Yeah. It was the backfiring bike, and it was the whole country PTSD.
Scary shit, dude.
No self-respecting fucking nation, or a nation like America that holds itself so fucking highly in terms of like the holier-than-thou attitude in general. And I'm not saying all Americans hold this, but that's the general idea of America, is that America number one, whatever the fuck, land of the free, home of the PTSD, is when at no point should a bike backfire and then everyone automatically assume that somebody is trying to kill people.
Yeah, it's scary.
Can you imagine? Do you realize how deep-seated now that is in the back of the minds of
because it's so frequent.
Everyday citizens?
It's so frequent
because it's almost a daily fucking occurrence.
Yeah.
We got to the point where I think there's been a mass shooting in 1 month, more than or equal to the time it took to accrue that between 1999 and like 2014 or some shit. In 1 month. How fucking wild is that? And it's weirdly in opposition to the trend in the world where things have been in terms of violence and stuff has been trending down.
Yes.
But in the States in the last 5 or so years has been doing this.
There's a lot of reasons, and I can tell you where one of them is, since that's the point of this topic.
Sure.
It's not video games.
Definitely not.
That's it.
No,
it's just not video
anyone
games.
who could possibly think it'd be video games, just stop. You're probably you'd be the same person that thought that Elvis Presley was turning everyone into Satanists. Just stop.
Yes, I can tell you right now, it's not video games. So it is what it is. It's really, really sad. Yeah, it makes me not even want to visit the States, honest to God.
When this happened, and then there was the other one was the avocado, or not the avocado, sorry, it's California. It was, or was it? No, Garlic Festival or whatever the fuck was happening. And that was like in the southern, or somewhere in California, I can't remember where now. It makes me not even want to go to TwitchCon.
No, I know.
It makes me not want to go. I tweeted this yesterday. I said, I'm going to go to TwitchCon. And the whole fucking time, from the moment my foot steps across the U.S. border,
yes,
I am going to be
on edge,
observing everyone, every exit point, choke points of where people are likely going to end up getting caught up, where I can find cover and how fast, and where I can get the fuck out of any given situation anywhere that I'm standing, whether I'm in the convention center, at a bar, at an after party, at a restaurant,
anywhere.
Yes, at any time. My fun is going to be diminished dramatically because I'm going to constantly have in the back of my head, am I going to turn into another fucking goddamn American statistic? Because this shit just keeps happening on an almost bi-daily basis.
Yes. It's scary. I mean, obviously Twitch is going to have some serious security. So I would imagine things are going to be pretty good. I mean, but who knows? I mean, it's still scary. It's still fucking really scary.
It's and
at the same time, you don't want to live your life in fear like that either.
No,
right?
See,
and it's not. It's just one of those things, right? It's just one of those. It's a gamble. It's just one of those things. It's scary, man. It's scary.
And that's just it. Like somebody says, Son Gohan says in chat, like who the fuck shoots up a garlic festival? That tells you where we're at now. Can't even go to a fucking garlic festival.
Man, it's bad.
Somebody listed something that was like they can't go to first grade, can't go to the movie theater, can't go to the grocery store, can't go to church, can't
go anywhere.
You can't go anywhere.
Yeah. Sit in your own house with your own guns.
And
that's the show.
And you know what's fucking stupid? That's what people are actually suggesting.
Yes, I know.
Is go get your own gun.
Yes.
And my favorite thing is let's start arming. Oh, somebody suggested, one of the representatives suggested that they start putting retired police officers around the perimeters of schools and arm them. And then train like first grade teachers and have them carry.
That ain't it, bro. That ain't it.
What kind of delusional fucking idiot are you to come up with something like that? How fucking insane. Can you even say that your country is first world at that point? You're basically living in fucking an anarchistic fucking shit show. If everyone's got to carry just to have a monicum of feeling safe in what's supposed to be the greatest nation on earth, guess what? You're now ranking under like fucking blood diamond country in Africa. At that point.
That ain't it, bro.
What the fuck are you doing? Stop. When your own military retirees are coming out and being like, guys, what the fuck are we doing? And you know what the real fucking, what the truth of this shit is that the people making these decisions, the reality is, and most of them Republican, but the reality is they haven't been personally affected enough by this yet.
They haven't had a kid shot in school.
They're too fucking separated from it.
Yeah, dude.
Their wife, their kid gets domed by an AR-15.
Oh, I guarantee their views would change.
Shit changes real quick.
Immediately. So it is what it is. I think, well, for the sake of the topic here, it's not video games. I'm just going to go and say that. It's not video games. We got that covered. Scary shit, man.
Yeah. So there you go. It ain't video games.